We've always known that globalization was both efficient and painful. Globalization does not deliver enough for the people, or at least for some, and multilateralism does not deliver enough to harness globalization. This is a situation which we have to address, by rebalancing the gain-pain distribution, and this is not an issue for WTO, it's an issue for national systems. The distribution of pain and gain is felt as unfair by many people on this planet. Now, right or wrong, I personally believe they are right to believe that, because this is also a factual reality. This uneven distribution of pain and gain of globalization creates resistances to this process. The basic fundamental issue is trade opening the way to go? My answer remains yes, again, because it's win-win. If you do something better than I do, and I do something better than you do, we have a rational interest to trade. The solution is not to close trade. The solution is to promote trade in conditions, for instance, that make sure that international division of labor works for environmental sustainability and not the other way around. This is possible. It's clear that Trump tried to destroy the WTO because Trump is a believer in deglobalization and he's a believer in protectionism. I mean, he was the first US president elected on the protectionist platform since 1900. I'm convinced that the new US administration under Mr. Biden will not share this anti-global, anti-trade, anti-cooperation attitude, and that the mindset of this new administration will be back. So Mr. Bolsonaro certainly belongs to a sort of new generation of populist leaders which were elected in the US, in the UK, in the Philippines. So he's not an exception in himself, but he belongs in what I hope is an exceptional club. Although the capacity of Mr. Bolsonaro to influence the international system, to influence the international economy, to influence international trade has been so far extremely limited. I haven't detected any serious change in globalization, in international trade, in the international economy, which would have been the result of an action by Mr. Bolsonaro. This COVID crisis has shaken this planet, and I'm afraid I should not talk on the past tense, is shaking this planet. This will impact severely the world economy, and as a consequence of that, it will impact severely trade flows. We all know that China is quasi back to normal, and that the rest of the world is not. This asymmetry can be levered in order to expand the Chinese recovery on the planet, thanks to trade remaining open. We will have to make sure that trade policies keep trade open enough to benefit from the asymmetries of the recovery,